This particular platform gives you almost every element you need to actually meet somebody in real life the best way possible. Thank you so much for joining us again on Second Act TV. Today, I'm so happy to introduce a new content expert to Second Act, author, health and fitness guru, dating coach, life coach, and wait for it, the founder of pickleballdating.com, Jyl Steinback. Jyl, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. How much fun.
Well, it is. I discovered pickleball about 2 years ago, and I can't tell you how many times I've said, "Oh my God, this is such a great way to meet people." And I have people that met on the court that are now in a relationship. They've gotten married, and I'm reading that it's like the fastest growing trend in the single scene are the like community pickleball courts. So what I want to do, yeah, I want to hear your story. How did you come up with pickleballdating.com, a new way of meeting in real life? Because everyone is so sick and tired of online dating. I hear that all the time
Definitely.
anyway.
I agree with you. And it was really fun. I was on the court with about 8 friends, and we had 2 courts going, and we do this a lot. I am a pickleball junkie.
Mhm.
And I play probably 6 days a week, try to 7.
Wow.
We're on the court with some friends, and this gentleman's a single. And
Mhm.
he says, I don't think I could date anyone that didn't play pickleball because I'm on the court 24/7. So how do I let them into my life? And I went ding, ding, ding. And I
Mhm.
said, you're so right, because I would only want to meet someone that was playing pickleball, because
Mhm.
now I don't mind meeting someone and introducing them and getting them excited about it, and
Mhm.
starting them as a beginner. Because I'm on the court so much, I thought this
Mhm.
is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I've already created a couple apps. So I went to my app guy and I said, you in, you out. I want a pickleball dating app. And he says, I don't even know about pickleball dating. And I said, what are you talking about? And so he said, give me an hour. Hour later, he was in. He says, all right, I'm in. Fastest growing sport in the world.
Yeah,
I said,
exactly.
I know. I said, and there's no more fun, and people don't get to know you any better than live, like you just said. Online, you're just talking, or over the phone, you're texting. This
Mhm.
is, you see this person. Are they
Yeah,
aggressive? Are they competitive?
right.
Do they cuss? Are they nice and ethical? What do they really like?
No, exactly, exactly. And what is so great about pickleball? So, let me go back just a teeny bit here to people. If our viewers are watching, well, I don't play pickleball. I don't. Oh, great, this is about pickleball. No, this isn't. I want you to stay with us here because
Yeah.
this is seriously pickleball, or this particular platform gives you almost every element you need to actually meet somebody in real life the best way possible. And Jyl already just mentioned a few here. That's how I want to treat this segment. As one, let's talk about what is really necessary to meet somebody in real life. What, especially for those who are shy. That's why pickleball is such a great thing. You have
So
to
good.
interact. And then I want to hear about how our viewers can sign up with pickleball.com and actually meet somebody that way. So let me just take you back to one point you made, that you can see how people act without asking them questions, or about your divorce and blah blah blah. And it's as you also said, the fastest growing sport in the world. I mean, you are going to run into people who play pickleball.
It's just such a fun icebreaker. No matter what career I'm doing, no matter where I am, I've met lawyers, I've met construction workers, I've met,
Yeah.
uh, homeopathic practitioners, whatever. Do you play pickleball? I'm addicted to pickleball. Do you play pickleball? Well, where do you play? What do you do?
Yeah.
So it's an icebreaker for
Mm-hmm.
people to get to know people. And I love sharing my story. My personal story is
Yeah.
great. So when people mostly start, they go to a city court.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go with the city court, you either have choices. You can play 4 as a team and bring in 3 other people,
Mm-hmm.
or you can put up a paddle and go in with anybody. Well, there was a group of guys behind me and then us girls.
Mm-hmm.
And the group guys behind us, we talk and we chat, and some are married, some are not. You never know,
Mm-hmm.
who you're talking
Mm-hmm.
to. And there was one guy that was really cute and he had this hat on, and I was like, and you take looking at him, okay, that's not bad. And I guess he was doing the same to me. I had no clue. And because you're focused on pickleball, you're
Mm-hmm.
really, right there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we put up our paddles and we go play together and we start talking. And now you're pretty serious on the court, so you can't ask, like you just said, the questions. Well, tell me about your divorce. Tell me,
Right.
you're on the pickleball court. So we're playing two 20-year-olds. Obviously, I'm not 20 years old. So we're playing and I'm reaching every ball and going after everything. And this man is kind of, I don't know, I don't want to call him lazy, but he's really not going after it, and I'm like, hello, are you playing or are you not playing? Well, that told all about my personality, totally competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And after that court date, he says, you want to go for coffee? And so he liked that. And we ended up, just so your audience know, we did beat those 20-year-olds.
Oh, that's funny. Good for
But
you.
we've been together 2 years.
That's wonderful. That's
So
wonderful.
it's a fun story where I knew nothing about this person,
Right.
went to coffee afterwards. We play pickleball 4 times a week now, so it is part of our lifestyle. But
Mm-hmm.
we love to hike. We
Mm-hmm.
play ping pong, we've got other things. We play chess, so there's other parts that we found that are in common.
Mm-hmm.
But this is how we met, because it was so not like, I can't play you because I don't know you and I'm introverted.
Yeah.
I'm an extrovert and here I am.
Right.
I'm on the pickleball court and you are who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I would say I'm an enthusiast, but I only play like twice a week. So you don't have to play every day. You don't have to play every day to meet somebody.
You do not. Absolutely. And it's fun on our
Yeah.
dating website where it asks you how many times you play. It
Mm-hmm.
asks you, because it's just like tennis. You do get pickleball snobby,
Mm-hmm.
so if
Yes.
you're playing good and you've been playing a while, you don't want to play beginners so
Mm-hmm.
much unless you want to date them. And then you're
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I'll teach you. Why not?
Yes, I saw that happen on our courts here. That is so funny. Well, let's talk about that here for a minute, because I know I've heard, and not even in dating situations, you're just friends of mine. So, well, so are you playing tomorrow? I don't want to go down there by myself. And, people who are hesitant to go by themselves to play pickleball, and like you said, put up their paddle. Basically, that's a pickleball thing that you do at the court. Once it designates your time to play, and then your group with 4 people. But people are hesitant to do that because there are people that can be snobs, that don't want to play with beginners. So I guess the first thing probably I would recommend, and I'll ask you, is that you maybe take a few lessons. I mean, how would
Absolutely.
you advise someone?
I'd say absolutely. That's what I did. I went out,
Mm-hmm.
of course, then I got a little cocky and I thought I was so good. So I was just going on the court. Now, today, when I look back, I said, oh my God, were you bad? But who
That's kind of,
cares? It's
yeah.
like dancing. Nobody's watching. Just have fun and get out there, and it takes over your own spirit. But like on
Mm-hmm.
most courts, so like if they're city courts,
Mm-hmm.
there is a beginner side and there is
Mm-hmm.
a more advanced side. So you
Mm-hmm.
start at the beginner side, and that's exactly
Yeah.
where I was. But
Yeah.
I did take lessons and I went
Mm-hmm.
to private. I started off once every 2 weeks, nothing
Mm-hmm.
expensive, nothing a lot, but just so I got
Mm-hmm.
the game. I
Mm-hmm.
went with friends that were beginner. I do belong to an association. You can look that way.
Mm-hmm.
Is there association? Is there a
Yeah.
gym? Is there something else? All the gyms now have it, whether it's Lifetime or
Yes.
the YMCA, the
Yeah.
JCC, it doesn't matter. So go into one of those, so if you're more comfortable that way, to
Mm-hmm.
make a group. And then I started pulling those groups out of people I wanted to play,
Right.
and that worked. Now we've moved up and we go to private courts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and,
So
and what's so great. So here some of the great things, right? Like, again, if you're watching this or listening, go, oh, God, one, I'm not athletic. That's the last thing I wanted to do. Great. Now I gotta, you don't really have to be. I mean, I play people who I
yep.
regularly have people over 80 years old kick my butt. Okay. There's just something about this game that requires skill if you want to get good, but just to have fun. I mean, anybody can play this within 30 minutes. I mean, you really,
Totally.
you may not be good, you're not going to be playing a tournament in 30 minutes, but you're going to play and you can have fun. So, I mean, I am super, super excited about this, and that I found you, and that there actually is a dating platform that people can go to. Let's focus on that a little bit more specifically, how you access your platform, and what sort of choices they make along the way.
Absolutely. So it's just pickleball-dating.com.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the process of, we already have the apps reserved. So we're in the process of finishing up our apps, but right now it's website.
Mm-hmm.
And you just go on the website, enter just like you would any other dating site. There are a couple specific questions, like I mentioned, what is your rating if you choose to put it, beginner, 2.0, 3.5, 4 point above, or what that might look like. Of course, same thing like dating, your age, how young you want to do. And I tell people, most of my players are young pups. So don't be shy to do 20 years younger than you are if you're an in shape person, or older than you are. Like you said, you play 80 years old. Age doesn't matter on the
No.
court. And the 20-year-olds that go up there, they don't have the skills. So that's okay.
Yes.
They're quick, but it's like a chess game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the other thing we'd ask is, if you want to do competition or you just want rec, doesn't matter age, it doesn't matter your
No.
skill. It's all about just getting on the court. And we
Right.
kept that friendship. The people on pickleball courts are always happy.
Yes.
They're just, I
Yes.
mean, it's like fitness,
Yeah.
it's like nothing else, but
Yeah.
they're just happy. And
Mm-hmm.
when I first came on, it was funny because someone says, well, what does so-and-so do? I don't know. They're my pickleball partner. I don't know about them.
Yeah.
Because you just go on to play. And
Yeah.
then if you connect, that's when you make that relationship. And a
Mm-hmm.
really fun story is one of the people on our sites that I met in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot of single parties, or
Mm-hmm.
just different holiday parties, and he would come and meet singles and whatever. But he went on our site, ended up meeting someone in Florida, bought a second home in Florida. They're
Mm-hmm.
still together, 2 years later,
Mm-hmm.
and they have two homes, one in Scottsdale, one in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and it works great for them. And they met on the courts. And
Yeah.
like you said, we have one couple that actually, I think it's on our website, and he's actually proposing on a paddle with a ring on the paddle
Funny.
on one knee on the court, because that's what brought them together. How fun is
Uh,
that?
it is. It is. And we have similar story. I don't think we have a proposal story here yet. I'm in a 55 over community, as you and I discussed. Pickleball's huge.
Yeah,
And it's just, I mean, I can't talk about it enough, because again, people are so tired of online dating, getting off the apps, meeting offline. And it's difficult just because of men approaching women. There's so many issues around that now. Am I a creep? Am I, whatever?
right.
I'm going to a coffee shop or a bar isn't what it used to be, where something like pickleball makes you interact and you learn so much right away. Again, I can't rave about it enough. And it keeps you in shape. It absolutely keeps you in shape. It keeps you moving, which is another thing that we need to do.
That's
Need
a
to do
funny
at
part,
our
because
age.
people always say, well, it's not a lot of exercise. It's like life. What you put into it, you get out
Yes.
of it. So 2 hours, 3 hours later, I'm like, this was amazing. I get a great workout. I lunge, I do everything.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. I was a big runner, and then I can't run anymore because my knees just said no. And to get my heart rate up, I figured, it's more like ping pong. My heart rate, I couldn't believe how high it went up. So again, I don't want to bore everybody with all that, but I thought this was so important to get this out. I want to help you make this even more successful. I know that you're growing, and then people can actually get involved with your organization, and perhaps start chapters or something, but really help this
Absolutely. So we
help.
look for affiliates. So if you're interested in affiliate, please go on the website and just send me a message.
Uh-huh.
Say, I want to be affiliate in my city and help me get some people. You even can earn income that way. And you can take it into any city where you're at, or people have taken the state. and we just want to build it so we can get as many people. And I always tell people, are you looking for the playmate? Are you looking for the romance? Are you looking for the soulmate? I went in looking for the soulmate.
Oh, I
You know,
love it.
that's what I didn't even start looking. And that's the whole
Yeah.
best part about it is I didn't go to pickleball to look for a man. And I had been divorced, as I mentioned, for 18 years. So it just, I always tell him he fell out of the sky on the pickleball court.
I love it. I love it. Jyl, I'm really looking forward to the comments on this, the comments and the questions. Make sure that you leave us questions if you have something specific here to ask. We will have all of your contact information, of course, in the show notes below. Please do contact Jyl. Her email will be there. The website will be there. And, see, this could be for you, especially if you want to meet offline. Is there anything else, Jyl, that I didn't ask you that you want to make sure we leave with our viewers today before we wrap this up?
Just have fun. And sometimes I say, don't go even looking, just go have fun. And once you're in your element and your aura is just all out there, then you attract who's supposed to come in, and they do fall out of the sky.
I love that. Yes, they do. Jyl, thank you so much. And I look forward to our next conversation on Second Act TV.